Hey, this is me building and strategizing a $2 million a year business in public. Last month I made $139,000. Next month I want to hit $167,000. And the way that this works is we start off with some Q&A, then we cover some growth stats, and finally we finish off with some live strategy where I actually walk you through some things that I'm doing today. So as part of the QA, let's jump over to my channel. This is my daily update one. Head over to the community tab and just scroll all the way down. And let's see what we got. So looks like we are catching up, which is awesome. The biggest question is from Shruti. I think Shruti's home. Says, this is my first time commenting ever on a YouTube video. Fantastic. Absolutely love your content. Been tuning in daily for weeks. Well, very good, because weeks is about how long I've been doing this for daily. I just have a few questions, hoping you'd answer them. I don't have any coding background, but I want to provide AI automation with a Make service. I've followed through your Make series already, but I can only rely on your templates regarding the coding parts in between in Make. So should I learn coding, Python or something, in order to do this or do it in the future? If so, where can I learn it best? No, I wouldn't really do this. The reason why is just because the value of coding and stuff is just way down. By the time that you get to the point where you'd actually be able to do something worthwhile with Python, realistically, models should just be able to do everything that we could ever possibly want to do using natural language. Like AI is improving so quickly that even now, most of the little scripts that you want to whip up, you could just pump this into a little GPT thing and say, write me a script that does X, Y, Z in Python, and it would do pretty good. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't learn some of the concepts behind programming, of course, because understanding how to steer in the model to do the things that you want to do is a very high leverage or high ROI skill. So, you know, I would certainly run through, I don't know, like 3 or 4 hours of like a Codecademy JavaScript tutorial. By the way, I wouldn't really recommend Python for most use cases that you're using automation for, just because most of the no-code builders, they work a lot better with JavaScript or Node, which is like the server-side version of that. So, I mean, I would literally just go like Codecademy, JavaScript. Take the first 3 or 4 hours of this, okay? And then that's it. Just put it away and then get back to working on your no-code skills. Because ultimately, the systems that you're going to be building for clients, you're going to be doing with no-code. You're not going to be doing with like fancy, complicated scripts and stuff. So that's my recommendation. And yeah, I would recommend in your case to use Make. I wouldn't use NADN for quite a while. And then I just focus on getting up and running and trying to get your first few customers using this very simple toolbox that we're talking about here. Make.com, some very introductory JavaScript knowledge, just enough to like know what JSON is and know that you should be using a curly brace here and a quote there, right? And then worry about everything else later. So that's my answer to question number 1. Question number 2, would love it if you could give some sort of guide on how to take the cold calls, meetings, and guidelines to follow. Yeah, I'm more than happy to help. Now, listen, I can't really shoot myself in the foot here because I offer all of this stuff as part of Maker School, which is the day-to-day accountability program and like automation, like program that I have. But I do have a sales script that I've made publicly accessible before. So, it's this one here that I've used myself for left click for many years. I've also used it in a ton of my 1-second copy calls. Basically, it starts off by you building some rapport. Then you set the schedule of the call. You talk about why me, why now, why this. You cover a solution. And then finally, you send a proposal. I don't personally cover objections myself, but you know, objections are certainly something that you can figure out how to do. My recommendation these days is not to do like hard closes. I don't really think people respond very well to hard closes, especially for like complicated technical services like this. So you're much better off branding yourself as just a consultant and just asking people questions. Ask them enough questions, have them talk about their pain points enough, and they will sell themselves on your service. So that's typically what I do. And then finally, please recommend some books for sales calls, talking to clients, and business in general that you like. The best book I've ever read on business, I've talked a lot about. It's by this guy called Eli Goldratt. He wrote a book a while ago called The Goal. Now, The Goal is basically all about optimizing a manufacturing company. And it's written not as a nonfiction book. It's written as a fiction book where Eli paints a picture of this man who is going through both marital troubles and, kind of on the brink of divorce. And also, he works at a factory and his job is like optimizing the operations of this factory. So because it's written in this in a fictional sort of way, not in a nonfiction sort of way, I find that the concepts have stuck with me a lot better. And this is by far the simplest and best way to understand the difference between being efficient, which is what 99% of people care about, and then being effective, which is what 1% of people care about. But that's what actually matters. I care a lot about being effective more than I care about being efficient. It took me a while to really understand and internalize this, but efficiency doesn't really mean anything if you're optimizing a process that just doesn't actually matter for your business. This also frames business in terms of a pipeline. So instead of your business, you not really knowing what's going on, like you'll be able to model any business basically. And I know it's very convoluted in the background, but you'll be able to model basically any business as a pipeline where, leads come in on the left-hand side, you have some process, and then, like clients come out with some sort of like retention aspect. And then, this is a value add process that makes you money. So if all of the words that I said back there sound like witchcraft, check out the goal. Aside from that, sales books and stuff like that, I mean, I've read a lot of sales books, but I don't know, like they don't really add as much value to me that versus just like getting on a sales call. Maybe if there's one, it's Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference. It's not really a sales book. It's more of like a negotiating and like kind of psychology book, but essentially it's a very quick and easy way to get into consultative sales. You just ask a ton of questions. So like one of his main strategies is called mirroring, where if somebody says something to you and you don't fully understand it, you just repeat the last few words of the sentence. So for instance, please recommend some books for sales calls, talking to clients, business in general. So it'd be like, business in general. And then you'd be like, yeah, business in general. What I mean is, X, Y, and Z. Oh, okay. I get what you mean. So blah, blah, blah. Oh, really? Right? You're asking questions more so than providing answers. Also, can you make a video for complete beginners with no social proof to get started in AI automation services? Quite the asks here, Shooty. I don't know. Can I? No, I'm just screwing with you. I've already done this a couple times. So I'm just going to point you towards the how to get started or how to acquire your first AI automation client for $0. This is the one you want to watch. I guess it's 60 cents now. Anyway, funny stories there I'm not going to get into. I had to change the title because the platform follows me and changed the way that they work because of that video. So hopefully that makes sense, Trudy. If I could offer any more value, let me know. And if you guys like the answer to that question, you guys want me to answer your own, you literally just drop it down below. I'm trying to improve the engagement to the channel, then ultimately increase the value that I have for viewers. Phoenix says, hey, Nick, what do you think about productizing these automations as a software, as a service? Do you think this makes sense at all, or would you see it as less effective? For sure, you can absolutely productize your automations and turn them into a SaaS. That's sort of like the end goal of productization anyway. Obviously, the issue with this is it just takes time and energy to build the solution, make sure it's production ready, do stuff like authentication and so on and so forth. So my recommendation for you is don't put the cart before the horse. Don't do this until you've verified that there's a lot of demand for this service and you're making, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month. Once you have a little bit of financial stability selling the solution and dealing with the implementations, then you can take a step back and actually start, putting the structures in place to like create a SaaS company. Because, the way that SaaS businesses work in practice is, I got to scroll all the way down to this big notes file. Sorry about that. The way that SaaS businesses work generally is if we draw one of my famous graphs, and Lord knows I've been liking these graphs. If you look at revenue over time, okay, like the blue is going to be an agency business model, okay? So basically, you'll start at nothing, and then you actually very quickly balloon up. And then it just takes you a while to get up and running. Whereas a SaaS business, which is going to be in green here, takes a lot longer to get up and running, but its growth is usually more stable because the vast majority of it is driven through MRR and stuff like that. And so, like growth tends to be a little bit more exponential with these things, assuming that you figure it out. And eventually you surpass the agency. So, initially, basically, agency makes way more money, and you can actually get the best of both worlds. You don't have to suffer. You can start off by doing agency or implementation services over here, and then you can do a transition to a SaaS. I don't know, somewhere right around here where maybe your revenue will dip down, but then eventually it'll supersede what you've done with your agency. This is what Instantly did, right? Instantly was offering a B2B managed email service. And then they said, hey, screw it. We're actually going to build a SaaS for this. Now they're obviously making way more money with their SaaS. And the benefit here is you have enterprise value being added to your business. It's something that's a lot more sellable than an agency. Looks like somebody's making fun of me. You're Canadian when you try to speak Spanish, but not speaking French. I must have said something wrong. As a fellow Calgarian, hey, nice. I honestly also say numéro 3 all the time. That's funny. But jokes aside, just got put on your content in the past couple of days. I want to say thanks for all the great no BS insights into the industry. Thank you. I appreciate it. A question. What are some of the major flaws with automating finance, accounting, operations functions compared to sales marketing functions with AI? I know you mentioned you typically avoid healthcare and finance, but wanted to see if you could maybe dive deeper on this. Yeah, this is a great question. Well, let me read out the rest of this. I have a background in finance and accounting, and I've recently stumbled on the fun ways to automate finance processes using SQL. Fantastic. I'm learning to leverage AI to help me do more. Just want to make sure the juice will be worth the squeeze if I try it for this niche. Thank you, and maybe I'll catch you out in the Calgary streets one day for sure, man. Dude, we can totally grab a coffee or something. Yeah, just send me an email. Okay, so yeah, let me answer this. The issue with automating finance stuff is generally, and I'm saying this from experience, if you start touching financial processes, there's a chance that you will trigger something financially for your business. What I mean by that is like a lot of people jump into this and they want to like automate their invoices or something, okay? The thing about automating an invoice is if you fully automate an invoice, if your thing goes wrong and you add an extra 2 zeros to your invoice that you send out, or if you add an extra 2 zeros to one of your payroll, automations, you're sending out God knows how much extra money. I guess what I'm trying to say is like the marginal benefits. The benefits are marginal. Okay. So you have marginal benefits, but then you have like massive downsides. This is specifically for automations that, interact with a bank account or something. But yeah, like the invoice one or my payroll automations are a really good example of this, right? Like how much time do you actually save? Well, if you schedule your payroll, like, I don't know, twice a month, and if you have 10 staff members, how much time do you actually save? You basically need to go through this process on like the 15th and the 30th or something like that. The process might take, I don't know, like 2 minutes per staff. So if you multiply that times 10 staff, you save 20 minutes, right? You do that twice per month. And then you save 40 minutes. Okay. You save 40 minutes a month of some role that probably costs like $20 or $30 an hour. So you're saving like $15 a month, right? If you try and automate payroll. But what's the downside? Well, let's say 1 out of 1,000 times, there's some issue that ends up, I don't know, adds an extra zero to your payroll thing, right? So maybe it turns $1,000 into $10,000. Well, now you've just lost $9,000, which, you'll probably get back, but you got to deal with a bunch of administrative bullshit. How long does it take for $15 a month to become worth it, $9,000 in our hypothetical example? Like, not that this actually matters, but, there's like a 600x risk versus reward here, right? So the reward is just very small comparatively. And I just don't really see the value in it, especially when you can hire like a bookkeeper or something to do a lot of the simple stuff for you. And then you can hire some firm to deal with like the payroll or whatnot. So yeah, like I don't really recommend automating finance processes to the point where you actually send stuff out. What I recommend is doing all the pre-work and then just queuing up a transaction. Like we do this for 1 second copy. We basically will automatically calculate how much money we owe people, and then we just queue up the transactions in Wise. And then, once a month or twice a month, one of us just goes through and goes like, oh, that much money to that person. That looks good. That much money to that person. Right. That's not an added zero. That much money. Okay. We've actually caught a couple of our issues before, which is nice. In terms of how you can leverage AI to help you do more in finance and accounting, you probably do like some financial breakdowns. You could probably offer like a couple of super cheap like financial analysis packages or something, or like audits or like health, where basically the person just uploads all of their statements to a Google Drive, and then you hook it up to like ChatGPT or something, and then like parse out every page using something like pdf.co, and then send all that stuff to ChatGPT and just have it like give you some analysis based off some template. You could set up an automation like that in just a few minutes. So that'd be pretty cool. What else? Obviously, you can automate like the simpler stuff, like bookkeeping and adding things to a spreadsheet. But yeah, I mean, the major flaw is really just like the juice is less often worth the squeeze. Like if you build an automation that adds a ton of revenue, like revenue is so much easier to add than cost savings, right? Like you can only ever save 100% of your income, but you can make a quadrillion times your income. And so that's the difference there. If you focus more on cost saving systems, Generally, if the business is small, it's going to have way less value, because if you improve the margin of a business that does $10,000 a month by 5%, you're adding $500 a month in their pocket, right? But if you improve their top line by 20%, you're adding $2,000 a month into their pocket. Assuming that they have 100% margin somehow, but you get my point. Hope that makes sense. All right, let's answer one final question from Anas. He says, Hi Nick, love your videos. Got my first few clients from Upwork, struggling to get consistent clients with cold emails. Sent 1.8K personalized emails, 1.2% reply rate, but no conversions. How can I improve my cold email results, or should I try another method? Now, this is fine. You definitely shouldn't try another method. Listen, I want you to know that if you're just starting the cold email, you're already getting 1.2% reply rates, which aren't very good, but they're not terrible, okay? I had a question that just came in yesterday or the day before where I walked somebody through like my step-by-step cold email writing process. So I'm not going to restate it here. Definitely just check out yesterday's video. It's in the first 10 minutes if you want answers. But, just to add one final point to that, this is the worst your campaign will ever perform. You are only going to get better from here on out. Okay. Hypothetically, if you improve your campaign by 10% or something like that every week, okay, like 1.1 raised to the, let's say, I don't know, even like the next 12 weeks, your campaign will be delivering, 3.8% reply rates in a few months, right? So just know that and you can improve it way more than 10% a week, by the way. Like 10% a week is nothing. If you make like one change that I mentioned in yesterday's video, you can improve it by 200%, right? If you get in the habit of iteratively scheduling like split tests, and so running a test for even like once a week or something like that, every Monday you go in and you adjust your copy, you change the way that it's written, you split test some variable, you source some new leads. These sorts of things might take you 20 or 30 minutes a week, right? Very, very little to ask for. This is the worst you'll ever be, and your results are only going to go up from here. So your question about hey, should I try another method? Why would you, man? You're right over here. There's so much growth left to have, right? Also, it's not mutually exclusive. It's not like you can only do one method, right? Realistically, this stuff really doesn't take that much time. To whip up a cold email campaign the first time might take a few hours, but in terms of the monthly maintenance and how much additional work it takes, it's very little. So there's nothing precluding you from doing this and trying another method simultaneously, is there? No, because you have to send emails automatically and then people have to open them, and all this stuff takes time. There's a lot of time in between for you to do that. Ooh, man. We got a really good question here. All right, one more from the lovely Sarcasm. Sarcasm was one of the first people commenting on my main channel. And I remember their bright S. And they're not at all sarcastic comments. So I might as well read this out and then I'll cover it. I'll move on. Hey, Nick, I hear you on the negatives of cold calling, but wouldn't you say it just depends on the niche that you're targeting? Some niches just don't check their emails, like contractors who are usually out working all day. So cold calling is sort of the only way to get a hold of them. A great idea. If you disagree, I'd love to hear you to outreach to people like landscapers and other contractors. No, you're right. Still agree, though, that it's never a bad idea to reach out on multiple channels. But I do think cold calling can work magic. It's really great for personal development as well, especially when you're getting to speak directly to the decision maker, like in a niche like real estate. Yeah, listen, I'm not saying that cold calling is obviously I had to make generalizations. I have a fixed amount of character space in the title. I can't say cold calling in 25 is silly unless you're in the following industries: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Cold calling in 2025 is silly for automation agencies. It's silly for digital agencies. It's silly for the most part for companies that can scrape leads using semi-automated methods like we can. It's not silly if you're working with general contractors who are out on the field all day and so on and so forth. That said, I've worked in more or less every niche by now. Basically, every niche that an agency can realistically work with. And I don't find clients like that to be good, right? I've worked with GCs, I've worked with landscapers, I've worked with plumbers, people on call, people out on out on jobs all day. And I just don't find these people to have very high ROIs. So if you are being forced by your niche to do cold calling, I might revisit some assumptions. Do I really need to be focusing on this niche? Is there another niche that I might be able to target that's a little more high ROI per unit of my time, delivers more of a result? And yeah, probably do that. But yeah, cold calling can work magic, and it is really great for personal development. I spent a couple years of my life doing cold calling. That's definitely added to my ability to articulate on camera. It's definitely added to my ability to just say, fuck it, let's see what happens, and just, knock on the door, pick up the phone and ring. So I'm not saying that it's terrible. I just think that there are straighter line paths to personal development than that. And you can personally develop while also making a lot of money. If I had stumbled upon this recorded Loom video approach like forever ago, as opposed to way back in the day when I was doing, picking up the phone 50, 80 times a day, I'd be much further ahead now. I mean, I'd probably be like at least a decamillionaire, I think. I hope so. So that's that. Thank you, Shark Swayze. As per usual, stay shark-minded. Okay, I'm going to call it there. Let's do some brand stats. In order for me to do brand stats, what I do is I open up this beautiful spreadsheet that I've created, and I monitor my growth. Can I just add a filter here? Can I filter by condition? Date is after February 28th. And will it kill this? Yes, it will. Okay. Oh, shit. Let's just get rid of this filter completely. I'm just going to remove this filter so that I could see. Ugh, what the fuck did I do here? Oh, yeah. There you go. Cool. So I'm just not going to worry about that then. Let's just go down here. March 4th. We are now at, let's check this out. 1,204 subscribers for my daily updates channel. We went up by 49 yesterday. My Instagram, shit, did I leave my phone downstairs? I totally left my phone downstairs. Hold up and skip to the part of the video where I come back. Okay. Y'all are real. For anybody here that actually stayed, is very real. Whew. Yeah, I guess the lesson we can learn from that is don't live in a 3-story townhouse. Okay, so 27,373 followers. And Nick needs to work on his cardio very clearly. To be fair, I was sprinting because I love you all so dearly. 55,516. So we gained about 300 subscribers since yesterday. Yeah, so do I have any magic here? No. Things are growing, and they're growing pretty steadily. When we started the daily updates, my Instagram was here. And now it's here. When we started daily updates, my YouTube is here. Now we've gained almost 10,000 followers, right? So if I just add up the growth in my main, like just check this out. 9,600. So pretty crazy. Just to be blunt, was not expecting that level of growth. Things are going up on all fronts. What's really weird about my ad revenue, though, check this out. So check out the subscriber spike here. Check out the check out the view spike. Watch time spike. I'd expect that I'd have a spike right around that time. Just nothing. So I don't really know what's going on with that, to be real. I think the reason why I had a sub spike but no watch time spike was because I published a video a few days ago that went viral, but it's much shorter than my usual video. How to build a website AI agent in 13 minutes. If we go to the analytics here, you'll see that the views is 21.1K. Okay, but average view duration is 4 minutes. So if you go back to other videos that I've published, let's say, which one's chunky here? This one here is an hour, right? Go to analytics, scroll all the way down. Average view duration is 5 minutes. Oh, that's also pretty shitty. Is my average view duration just tanked? I remember it used to be like 20 minutes. Odd. Maybe this just happens when you get, maybe this just happens when you get bigger. No, okay, it looks like it's 7 minutes, so it has gone down pretty drastically. Man, I love to see that. That's just nothing but consistency. I have to make a video today as well, and I haven't really thought about what video I want to make. From my understanding, my engagement numbers are much better than most people, so I do need to keep this up. There's also a couple of interesting phenomenons I've noticed just while I'm talking about my analytics. When I stop publishing for a while and then I come back, I always have a spike in engagement. I guess that's not super rocket sciencey, right? But it does make me wonder if there are strategies that involve intentionally leaving and then coming back for a few days. Like routine and habit is sort of, it's valuable, right? Like my daily updates, but I wouldn't stop doing my daily updates, whatever the hell strategy I'm trying out. But like spontaneity and novelty is also really important. Like when you change your thumbnail strategy or something, you always have a massive increase in click-through rate, average view duration, because people's thoughts are, wow, is that Nick doing something new? Like, I wonder what he's doing now. So I see some creators like leave and they come back, and the first 100 comments are like, the king has come back. Like, hell yeah, Nick Ark, right? That sort of stuff. I could see me being smart and like actually using this. This is pretty funny. People that think it's an AI generated video still. I am most definitely not a robot. Just listen to how out of breath I was back there. Cool. So why don't we do some work today? Just while I'm at it. I'm going to head over to my task management app. And I got a couple tasks I need to do today. I need to rewrite the YouTube or Instagram descriptions of fan channels. So like a big thing that I'm doing for my brand, because I'm now just all steam ahead on personal branding. Obviously, it's making me such a disproportionate amount of money. Of the 139K, it's made me 114 approximately, if I take into account like my ad revenue and stuff like that. So, I mean, just doesn't make sense not to. I have a list of my clip accounts here. Feel free to check them out. First off, we have one called Best of Nick Saraev. Then we have another one called Nick Saraev Moments, another one called Nick Saraev Clips, another one called Nick Saraev Videos, and then finally one called Nick Saraev Reels. So I'm just going to very quickly open this up. This one has received about 700 views now total. It says 164, but it's over 700. Okay. This one, and this one. So this one's 700 views just in 2 days. This one is a lot less, probably because of that ugly mug. This one is over 1,000, realistically. This one is about 1,000 as well. And this one is about, I don't know, 600 or 700. So these are the YouTube channels. Here are the Instagram channels. Let me just exit out of all of these and then go reels. I need better thumbnails for this stuff. We need to solve that. So solve thumbnail issue on Instagram reel accounts. Yeah, because this is pretty low. This is about 200. This is about 400. This is about, what, 500, 600. This is 140. So collectively, over the course of the last few days, I've probably generated, I don't know. I mean, I wish I could just go back and get all those numbers. But I've probably gotten something like 3,000 views out of this, which is okay. Obviously, 99.9% of the views I'm going to be getting are going to be in the future. I've also got a few subscribers, which is cool. A few followers, which is nice. But anyway, I need to make some changes here because a couple things. I don't like the way that the descriptions are written. And then also I don't like the thumbnails. And then I don't know if the captions are all perfect, to be honest. If they're not, I'm going to have to solve them. And it looks like different editors are taking on different channels, which is fine. I don't mind that. I also need to change these photos. That's another thing I have to change. It's not that they're all terrible or whatever, but I don't know. I just think that they're realistically much better photos that I could probably use for all this stuff. Just various clips like of me in this sort of environment being like, right, over and over and over again. So I could just grab thumbs from my previous videos. So yeah, that's what I need to do. But anyway, I guess the point I'm making is, I came up with a strategy live on camera, and then I went through and I built it all. And this is the first few days of results. I have no doubt in my mind that these channels are going to go pretty parabolic. Probably not the exact same as my news channel, which is very direct and tight content. That's Nick_Saraev. But these are obviously repurposing content. This is obviously repurposing content. So also, I'd love to see, can I identify if possible to automate, research, automation of view statistics. Like, it'd be really cool if I didn't have to open this stuff all the time to see the growth. If I could just like call on API endpoint once a day and then get like view information for all these channels on Instagram and on YouTube, how great would that be? I'd be able to like directly see on a day-to-day basis, hey, this is making sense, this isn't making sense. I don't just want to be throwing money down a tube, obviously, right? And I also want to see if there's some relationship between the sort of content that I'm creating and then the sort of results that we're getting. So that's pretty cool. Why don't I rewrite these descriptions like I talked about? So what my Nick_Saraev channel is doing. No, wrong one. This one. It's this. Founder Maker School. I help make AI work for you. Grab 100 AI resources, right? So it looks like we're just linking right back to the main one. There may be a reason why we're doing this. A couple of these accounts got throttled or banned or something. So maybe they found that when they inserted a link in there, the link did not work as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this so that it's as similar to this as possible while still different. Okay. So, it's not really that hard. We're just going to go here, paste that in. And we need in some way to say the fan page, right? So let's say, well, actually, first of all, let's look at like Iman Gadzi moments. Let's look at his things. Iman moment, main account there. Yeah, look how much better his thumbnails are than mine. His thumbnails are fantastic. Doesn't actually look like he puts any effort into getting like structured thumbnails though. So maybe it's just about like how zoomed in I am or something. I don't know. These are way cooler than mine though. So I need to find a way to do that. Okay, so where the hell am I? Maybe we just don't write fan page at all. Maybe we go main account Nick_Saraev. There have to be other ones. Come on, let's go chop chop. Is that one banned or something? Find me on. Are you serious? Is that actually it? Just find me on main account. Nick is here. Official Reels account of. Huh. I mean, damn, actually, that seems like shit. Really? You just do that? Huh. Man, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we do just go. Maybe we go. Okay, maybe we do this. Maybe we do this. Best moments from _Nick Saraev. And that's it. Yeah, maybe we just do that. Okay, well, I mean, like if that's what he's doing, there's probably a reason behind it that I don't know enough about. Maybe we can't make this too long or illustrious or it gets banned or something. And then I don't like this era stuff, so maybe it'll just be like the best moments from Nick Saraev, like this. Then the next one will be, oh, this one's called Moments. Maybe we'll say the best of Nick Saraev in real form. I don't know. That seems cooler to me than the best of Nick Saraev. We'll say moments from Nick_Saraev. These are from my Instagram channels anyway. Moments and highlights from Nick Saraev. Daily clips and edits from of Nick Saraev fan page. Maybe we'll go short videos from Nick_Saraev. Short must-watch videos from Nick Saraev. Okay, then we avoid the annoying, ugly formatting. Then we go reels top reels from Nick underscore Saraev, like this. Well, that's going to look a lot better than what we currently have, right? Why did I copy all this stuff? I think this is going to look a lot better than what it looks like right now, personally. I can't double up on this. I don't like how it's reels of Nick Saraev. Can we just go Nick Saraev reels, man? Nick Saraev videos. Are we really doubling up on the V? We shouldn't double up on the V's. Nick Saraev clip as opposed to clips. Is there a Nick Saraev clips on this? Oh, sorry, that was my Instagram. I think maybe we don't use that. There's no clips, so why are we clip but not clips? We should change it to clips. Yeah, moments is fine. All right, whatever. Okay. I think maybe the thumbnails need to be improved, and I'm obviously going to change the images, but yeah, it's not that bad. All right, cool. How about the YouTube channels? Just double check this really quickly because we do have some YouTube channels here. And I just want to make sure that like there's no magic going on here that maybe I'm not paying attention to. So if I check out how Iman Gadzi did his motivation channel, it looks like he just goes find me on Instagram and then he links himself. So he's funneling everything to Instagram. Is there a reason why he's not funneling it to his other YouTube channel? Maybe it's banned or maybe it's not allowed to have a bunch of fan pages, so he has to go off-site. It seems really weird that he would do this. Alternatively, maybe Instagram is just his main content medium, so that makes sense for him, but it wouldn't make sense for me. Okay, anyways, that's just one motivation channel. Let's do shorts. Also suspect that he has exactly the same number of followers and subscribers on his shorts versus this, but whatever. Looks like they all say find me on IG. What do mine say? There's nothing. There's no description, so I'm going to add a description to all of these. And then it's just going to be basically the same thing. So I'm just going, I could just say, find me on IG, and then I could go Nick underscore Saraev at Nick underscore Saraev. That probably makes the most sense. I mean, I don't want to copy this guy word for word, but like, what else am I going to do? Find my main channel on IG. I mean, find me on IG just sounds way better than find my main channel on IG, but find my main channel on IG, Nick underscore Saraev. Okay, cool. And then there's no direct linking, it looks like. Probably a reason why he's not doing any sort of direct linking. Weird how he hasn't published a video here in 9 months. Very weird. Very odd. Well, anyway. Looks like he's in a sauna. So this guy obviously sells a lifestyle more than anything else. So my thumbnails just aren't going to be as interesting because most of them are going to be me at my desk. I get that. That's not a big deal. All right. We're not going to worry about it. I just realized that I think my camera's like super zoomed out. Just zoom it in a little bit. There you go. Should be good. Okay, I can't really see myself here, unfortunately. All right, well, that's pretty easy. So I just need to send all these over. That's not a big deal. I'm just going to save this, and then I'm going to change the thing. Send YouTube IG descriptions of fan channels to manager. Easy. Solve thumbnail issue on Instagram Reels accounts. Yeah, maybe we should just do some standardized thumbnails, or I should just do change photos of Reels channels. Maybe we should do, standardized photos where I just take like a slightly different look from different parts of my life when I was making YouTube videos. So one would be me with slightly longer hair. Another one might be me now with this background. But you know what? I think it's just the background. So I'm just going to have different backgrounds. So I need to find 5 different backgrounds, basically. Do I have 5 backgrounds? 1, 2, 3. Yes, I have at least 5. So change photos of Reels channels to different backgrounds. That's easy. I could probably do that in a few minutes. I'm not going to do that here because it's just going to involve me going through a bunch of old videos, and that's kind of boring. Very cool. Automation of view statistics. Let's do that. Automate Let's just say Instagram views finder. We do that. We just go Instagram views, analytics, Nick_Saraev. Followers. That's off by 1 day, but it's not the end of the world. Have a bunch of fields here, but do we have views? We go audit? No. Got to register. Growth, engagement, history, posts. No. All these are registers only. Engagement ratio is interesting. I don't really know what that means for me. 16,000% increase in follower rate. That's so funny. Is there any way that I could see this through Social Blade, maybe? Nick_Saraev. Nick_Saraev. Get any views? I have to sign into my Social Blade account. That's annoying. This may take up to 30 seconds. This guy wrote a Selenium bot that scrolls the public Insta Profiles Reels page and keeps adding the amounts. Not an ideal solution for huge Insta profiles, but works as expected for small to medium profiles. Yeah, I could do this. How about why don't I just cut the fluff, go to Appify here. Instagram Reels. Instagram Reel Scraper. So scrape public Reels from any user. Extract and download the Reels and all their details onto your computer. 2,000 Reels for free with the credit limit. $2.30. So as input, what do? Username of the profile. Okay, let's try this. Sorry, I got to go back here and then I got to go try for free. And I have to enter this. I don't want to sign up with Google. Yeah, lunatic. I'm signing in, baby. So we're going to really quickly check and see how this works. Maximum Reels per profile? No, leave that blank. I want all of them. Save and start. So mathematically, I would scrape all of them every day. So if I have 5 accounts, and let's just say like we have 100 Reels, I'm scraping 500 per day, which just cost me 40 cents. So 40 cents times 30 days is $12. So I'd be spending $12 a month in order to scrape all my Reels. It's kind of annoying. We should be able to get the views, right? Tell me we can get the views, man. Video view. Yes. Yes, we can get the video views. Yeah, so listen, it's not perfect, but it's not terrible. This is a good semi-automated mechanism by which I could just dump things into a row, into a spreadsheet. So I'll just do that. I'm going to have, if I really want to set this up in an intelligent way, I'll go and create a new one right now. Okay, let's just do this. Let's go sheets.new, actually. Let's be smart about this. Let me go and do fans management tracking. Let's go fans pages. Fans pages. I'm saying fans pages, probably because plural. Here we'll go Instagram accounts. We'll go handle. Okay. Then we'll go Instagram analytics. Maybe we'll go daily tracking. Instagram accounts is where I'm going to get the source accounts from. And then I'm going to iterate through them in order for me to get like a modifiable list that I can just slot another account into anytime I want. So this one's called Best of Nick Saraev, right? So boom, Best of Nick Saraev. This one's Nick Saraev Moments. That last one's Nick Saraev Clip. This is Nick Saraev Videos. And this is Reels of Nick Saraev. Why am I doing it this way? Because I'm going to start my trigger with a Google sheet search rows that's going to take this and then feed this into Appify to have it run. So handle, maybe we should have some created date. From my knowledge, these were all created on February the 27th, 2025. So we'll just go here. And if I ever have to change that, well, I'll have more accounts here. That was created March 2nd, 2025, 0205. You know what I mean? Like this is just a quick and easy way for me to sort all this stuff out. I guess I could also just like dump all my YouTube and Instagram accounts here, but whatever. I'll also have a last scraped because I might as well update this if I'm going to be grabbing all this data anyway. And let me just think really quick. Is there anything else I need to do? Anything else? Other data I might want to look at? Like I can always just update this, so it's not a big deal. Okay, no, I'm just going to have it be last scraped and then I'll put the date in there. And daily tracking, I'm just going to add this and then I don't even remember. How do I transpose stuff? Yeah, okay, I don't remember. I'm just going to go this. Nope. Uh-oh. This here, this here, this here, this here. These are the channel names, right? Let's just go channel. And this will be, no, actually we'll go date. So this will track, let's say, March the 4th, 2025. That's today's date. It will then run through, scan each of these, get the data by adding up the reels using some logic, which I'll show you guys how to do in a moment. Then just dump the total views. Then we'll say daily view tracking, just like this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will just be a number. Then it'll grab that date and it'll use that to update the last scrape for all the handles. Seems easy enough, right? Let's see if I could build it out easily enough too. We'll go back over here. I obviously have the Instagram Reel Scraper on my main account, so that shouldn't be that bad. Now, why am I doing this automatically as opposed to manually like I've done a lot of my other tracking stuff? Because this is just going to be so overwhelming. It's going to take so much time. Anyway, we're going to search rows, Google Sheets. Let's just say Instagram fans page analytics. I'll deal with the naming and stuff later. I just want this to work. The specific spreadsheet ID is just going to be called fans page tracking, right? This is going to run the Instagram, sorry. That's fine. So we'll go Instagram fan pages, daily analytics. We'll run this once per day. And then, I'm going to spend like 10 or 15 bucks a month having this done for me, which is fine. No limit. Save, right click, run this module only. I should now get all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks good. Now I'm going to go Appify. What I want is to run an actor. Now, what I also want is I want to run this synchronously. I normally don't do this, but this flow is simple enough that it's not going to be that big of a deal. The actor I want to run is going to be the Instagram one. Instagram Reel Scraper right here. The input JSON I'm going to need is going to depend. So let me just go back here to the main page. And then let me add 2. Then I'm going to go JSON and just see how it's published. Okay, so it's just this, which is good. So it's basically just going to be this, and then this is going to be an array with all of the accounts, right? So what I need to do is I need to aggregate this into an array so I can get all the accounts like this. And then I think I just leave everything else as blank, honestly. Yeah, let's do that. So we need to go to our aggregator. There are a variety of ways I could do this. Is there like a direct list aggregator? I don't remember. A table aggregator. Let's just go handle and see if we could just get this directly in. I just don't remember what the format of a table is. Sorry. Even make.com gods make mistakes. Okay. So row separator. No. You know what? I'm just going to use a text aggregator. Way easier. Okay. Text I'm going to be feeding in is going to be handle. And then I need this in format like this. Then the row separator will be other. It's just going to be this. So now if I run this, I should get this basically in the format that I want. I just need to wrap it in an array operator. So I'm just going to go. And then because I have yet to save this, I need to save this first, then stick this in. And this should be good. I think this is automatically formatted the way that I want. So now I know that this is going to run. After it runs, am I going to get the data set items? I don't remember if I do this. I don't think so. I think I need to use appify get data set items. So I actually then need to feed in the data set ID right over here. Then I'm not going to limit this at all. I'm just going to get a massive list of reels, basically. Then from here, I guess I could iterate. Okay, anyway, let's just run this once and let's see what happens. I'll worry about it all later. What's the make.com module timeout again? Modules time out after 40 seconds if not specified differently. Where do I change the timeout? Is there a timeout here? I don't really remember. Okay, well, actually, that seemed pretty fast and easy. I wonder if it's going to be that fast and easy for all of them. Okay, so what do I have? I have my owner username. So what I need to do now is I need to map. Geez, this is going to be annoying, but I need to map this so that I end up with 5 arrays with all of the data. And then I need to add up the video view count. So we only have 13 here because we only posted 13 reels, but really, like, we need to... Okay, I don't entirely remember what this is going to look like, but fine. Let's do it together anyway. Let's set multiple variables. Oh man, I need to hard code these in, which sort of defeats the purpose of me doing this, but whatever. Let's just go back here. And for now, you know, working is better than perfect, right? So best of Nick Saraev is going to be the first one. Nick Saraev moments is going to be the second one. Nick Saraev clip is going to be the third one. Nick Saraev videos is going to be the fourth one. Reels of Nick Saraev is going to be the fifth one. The reason I don't like this is just because I need to like change the name anytime I do this, but whatever. So we're going to map. Oh, sorry. I need to feed all this in as an array first. So first I need to go here and then I need to go aggregator. So I'm now going to output these multiple bundles because I've outputted like 13, right? And I just need to aggregate them all into one. So I'm going to go get data set items. I'm just going to select all aggregated fields. I always do this from here. And then now that I have all of them, I'm going to have an array aggregator that I'll be able to access inside of here with my array. So what I need to do is I need to map this array. The key that I want to pull, I guess, is just the views. Shit, do I not have access to the views? I don't have access to the views. That's funny. Video view count. Okay. So that's what I want. Why am I not getting everything here? Should be video view count. Okay, cool. So what I want is I want map array video view count. So I want to extract all elements. I want to extract the video view count from all elements in the array where this field, the channel name, owner username, is equal to Nick Saraev videos. Hold on. Best of Nick Saraev, sorry. Okay, that's what I want. For this, I want Nick Saraev moments. For this, I want Nick Saraev clip. For this, I want Nick Saraev videos. And for this, I want reels of Nick Saraev. Okay. Now, just to make my life as easy as possible, we're going to have this be map view counts. Okay. Now we just need to aggregate all of them. So we're going to have 5 variables here. So is there a sum feature? Can I just feed in an array? Yeah, I can. So actually, I mean, we could just sum all these, but anyway, I'm going to try doing it in one additional variable just in case. So set multiple variables. I'm just going to go best of Nick Saraev views, and then we'll just go sum this, which should just be numbers. I'm just going to test that out. If this works, I'm then just going to go in here and I'm just going to add sum to all of them. Kind of a simpler way of doing things, I would say. Also, I think I just realized that I can make my camera look better if I go back a bit like this. There's no reason why I need to be so close. Then I can zoom in even more. There we go. Like this. Yeah, I think that's even better. Okay, cool. So let's go over here. Let's see my mapped view counts, 30 and 1. Here are all the views. These don't look real. Like, I should have more views than these, but whatever. Maybe it's just a day. And this one's 31, right? So go over here. 30 plus 1, 31 makes sense. Very cool. So now I can actually just like cut the bullshit. Oh, don't do that. Sum over all of these. And then sum this, sum that. Then I'll just sum that, right? So now we should have map and sum view counts. And then what we need is we just need like an update or add a row, I would say. I'm going to add the row to the specific element that I'm interested in, which logically should be in the spreadsheet here, labeled fans pages. And then, isn't it like a superpower to just be able to do this? Like, it's basically no way that anybody would be able to figure this stuff out. Figure out a way to weave all this stuff together, I should say. I'm just going to add the finished at whole date. And then what I want is I want best of Nick Saraev, which should not be an array anymore. It's just going to be best of Nick Saraev. So, yeah, there we go. 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 Should now have just all the views, right? And then I also just want to update a row. Just thinking, is there a better way to update this row? Probably not. We'll just run this for a month and then I'll worry about making it perfect later. Shit, do I have to update 5 rows? Do I really need to do that? That'd be really dumb if I had to do that. Like update row 1, 2. Okay, you know what? Fuck the last scrape, man. I don't need that. Okay, awesome. Let's have this just set to every day at like 8 a.m., right? And now I'm actually just going to test this out. Going to run this once. Have my little, oh shit. Oh no. Wrong button. Well. Let me run this again. Okay, so it's now currently running, which is really annoying. Well, let's hope it is doing the running that I asked it to do. If not, not the end of the world. We are now taking a look at the fans pages tracking. Maybe this received this probably received like an exit request. Oh, no, it worked. Awesome. I'm great. I'm super cool. I'm the best. So now we have all of our views. And like we could just like have total views as well. That'd be kind of neat. Right? Why don't we do one more called total? Like logically, I am interested to see how many. Hold on a second. Is video view count what matters, or is it video play count? Video view count versus video play count. Plays every time it's been viewed. A page with the clip on it has been visited. Yeah, so I actually care more about, yeah. Anyway, now I'm just going to sum all of these logically, right? Oh, sorry. I think I actually do this. Yeah, my bad. I got this confused with N8N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be able to sum these, right? Because the output of this should not be an array, first of all. The output of this should be returns the sum of numbers in the specified array or the sum of numbers entered individually, right? So I should just be able to sum up all of these, I think. If I'm being silly here, then silly I will be. Oh, and then I don't really like the date format, so I'm just going to format this date. I don't know why I can't just format it. What was the name of the function here? Oh, I guess it's format date, right? Again, just getting a little confused of N8N. So I like MMDDYYYY. That's Good enough for me. Let's run this one more time. And then because I've unbolded this, we should now just be able to dump it all plus the total, which is ideal. And now I will have a total mechanism by which I can check to see the results of fan pages without having to like get on the ass of the person that is managing this for me 24/7. And I will have the view count, like not the number of plays, but the number of views. And because I have the number of plays, not the number of the number of views, not the number of plays. Because I have the number of views, not the number of plays, I'll get a more accurate indication as to how many people are actually watching my stuff, how many new people I'm reaching. And then, I'll be able to monitor this. We'll be able to make changes. And then in like a month from now, we'll be able to see whether it works. Let's go back here. Nice. Cool. Does that actually work great? This did not work great. I don't know why it says 45,772,0. Let me just make sure that this date format is correct. It is 3/4/2025. So I can now just format all of these fields as date, which will eliminate this problem. Can I delete this? This is now going to be my row. This is called daily view tracking. Realistically, we should do. Anyway, this didn't really do much for me, to be real, because I had to go hard code all these in anyway. So just goes to show that, like your flows are never going to be perfect, especially if you try whipping them up as quickly as I'm whipping them up. Okay, the same thing with YouTube now. I'm not going to build it out just because I could tell that this is going to be a little bit boring to watch me build out the same thing twice, but go to YouTube Shorts, YouTube Short Scraper, extract YouTube Shorts from one or multiple YouTube channels, video URL. No, maximum. Okay. Oh shit, I gotta rent this. Can I just get like a per, please? No. 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 Nope. Come on, really? Is there no YouTube Short Scraper for real? Huh. Why are they all rentals? I don't want that. YouTube channel scraper. Do I get videos? Total number of subscribers, videos, and views creation. Okay, so I get videos and views. That'd be really easy if I did this. No. Nope. Nope. Let's see if this works. Yeah, Nick Saraev videos is good. Because this is usage based, right? So that's a lot easier for me to do cost-wise. Channel URL. That's not what I wanted. Can I just get views? Yes, I can. Channel total views. Perfect. Well, that actually makes my life a lot easier. I'm just going to get all the views of all of them every time. So let me actually do one more thing. I could actually have this also do my YouTube, right? So I could just have one scenario that does it all. Granted, the longer scenario is, the more likely there is that there'll be some issue, but then I get to save a couple of things. So why don't we try it? Let me add another channel. Nick Saraev moments, right? We'll go JSON. Looks like this is now the format. So this is a different format. So no, I'm not going to deal with it now, but hopefully I showed you guys how this works. Pretty simple, right? We're now going to have some daily tracking of both YouTube and Instagram growth. So yeah, pretty stoked about that. That's going to help with the real stuff. And I didn't just research it. I basically built it. So I'm going to say build the rest of the automation for YouTube view statistics. Then I'm going to just go through the rest of the stuff. I'm cognizant of the fact that I have been talking about rebuilding LeftClick's website for a while now. I am just so unfortunately bottlenecked. And today I also have to record another video. So I am getting to the point where it just doesn't really make sense for me to do this stuff on my own. I want to hit 167K a month without doing any of this. I don't want to have to hire somebody to do my website. I don't want to have to hire, somebody to assist me with other stuff. But like we are getting to the point now where it seems like I may have to, unless I radically redesign my schedule again. Or if I just work a little harder. But there is only so hard a man can work, realistically, right? I'm already putting in quite the time. I think it was probably like 13 hours yesterday. Probably like 10 hours the day before that, and that's with a 5-hour flight. So I'll have to think a little bit more on that. Nobody said that it'd be easy to make such a ridiculous amount of money as a solopreneur, right? I did the math. I'm one of the highest income people in Canada, probably top like 1,000, 1,500 maybe. So that's pretty crazy, right? Like my whole country, like I could get together in a ballroom with, like the richest and most powerful people, and I'd be like, oh yeah, my income is higher than a lot of the people's here. Um, Kind of neat. And I'm just doing most of this for my boxers, right? Cool. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If you guys enjoy this sort of thing, check out Maker School. It is one of the products that I've built that guides you through day-by-day accountability to get up and running with your own automation agency, which is obviously how I got my start in the AI automation niche, how I scaled my business to 72K in a month. I would highly recommend if you guys already have a business and you want to have me and the group help take you to the next level, check out Make Money with Make. It's more advanced, higher level consulting and strategy. You also get a weekly office hour with me where you can ask me anything you want. And then last but not least, if you could do me a big solid, like, subscribe. And if you have any requests or questions, leave them down below. I will eventually get to them. As you see, I proceed through the list about 2 or 3 a day. Thanks again. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye. Nope, I did not click the buy button. Take care and bye.